Hey friends! Welcome back. I look marvelous tonight. It's been a minute, so I thought I would try a get ready for bed with me type of video. I see the gals doing that on YouTube sometimes. My routine isn't all that exciting. Some of this you've already seen, but I figured it's been a minute since we've all checked in, so I wanted to say hello. As you can tell, my hair has not been washed in a couple of days, and with the weather getting cooler here in Vegas, you know, that plus it being kind of windy and super dry, I can feel my scalp starting to get really itchy again. So I'm going to do, I have a previous video on this. I'm going to do my aloe vera scalp conditioning thing. And the first time I did this is how I've been doing it. I put a few drops of rosemary in it, and this came from a video that my aunt sent me from Dr. Axe. It's supposed to help with hair growth. But I made a new purchase, which I will show you a little bit later, and that came with biotin, hair growth serum. So this goes with another product, but I'm going to put a little bit of it in with the aloe vera and the rosemary and rub this into my scalp, and it's done a lot to help me. Honestly, I don't know if it's done a ton for hair growth, but I've shared with you before that my itchy scalp is like unbearable, so it does help with that, so that's been really nice. Okay, so I'm gonna unscrew these before I dig into the aloe vera. And never a dull moment here. I think in a previous video I was telling you about, I think I talked about my trip to urgent care. I had an ovarian cyst that burst, and it was like the worst pain I've ever experienced. So I'm just taking a blob of this like that, and then this is the biotin. I'm doing 4 drops. And then I'll do maybe 4 drops of the rose. Oops, that was a little more than 4. 4 to 6 drops, we'll say. And I'm just gonna put it in between my hands a little bit like this. And then I go right in. And I'm just gonna rub all this in. So anyway, I honestly can't remember if I talked about this or not, but just to catch you up, I went to urgent care maybe like a couple months ago, because I was having these horrible pains on the left side, like low left side. And long story short, they did a couple of ultrasounds and they said it was a ruptured ovarian cyst, and then they found another cyst on my uterus, but they said it was super small and not to worry about it. And this lady in urgent care, who was really nice, told me to check in with an OBGYN in 6 to 12 months. And I was like, okay, so there's nothing super urgent. And she said, no, you're fine. And then 2 weeks later, I had the same pain all over again. And I mean, it was like, I thought I was dying. That is how horrible this pain was. And I thought, that's weird, because she said that there were no other cysts to worry about. So I had an appointment with a new PCP, and told her what was going on. And she was like, that's crazy. You don't wait 6 to 12 months. You go to an OBGYN now. So I'm getting that appointment scheduled, because that really horrible pain happened 2 more times. And the last couple days, I haven't had that pain, thankfully, but I've got these weird, like, it doesn't feel like menstrual cramps, but it's cramps in the same area. But my period just ended a few days ago. So don't know what's going on there. That's been a little concerning. And I'm finally going to get food allergy testing done, which the gastroenterologist that I saw refused to order for me. So the PCP did. And I'm really curious to see if I might be eating something that my body doesn't like, because I have stomach issues almost all the time. So that's been my life lately. But other than that, everything's been really good. Work is good. Like I said, it's finally cooling down here in Vegas. What else? That's about it. My life's very quiet. So anyhow, I share this stuff because in the comments we've talked about like women's health a lot. We've talked about hormones and periods and menopause a lot. So it's always, anytime something in that area of my body happens, I think of sharing it on this channel because it's something we've talked about before. So yeah, if you ever have debilitating pain that does not feel like menstrual cramps, but it's in that region, that is not normal. Oddly, no, I take that back. Apparently we get ovarian cysts all the time. It's just that they normally kind of like pass on their own, but apparently they can get like stuck there and grow and then rupture and blah blah blah, and it's very painful. So I learned something new about my body. All right, so that was the aloe vera. Ooh, I didn't mix this in too well. Sometimes I will take extra and I'll put it all over my hair, like I'll soak my whole head, but I'm not gonna do that today. And again, I put rosemary, essential oil, and I mean, you can buy biotin. Like I said, this came with something else that I bought, but you can buy biotin oil, I believe. And put 4 to 6 drops of each, rub it in, and I'm gonna leave this for like 15 minutes, come back, and then we'll keep going. Okay, so I ended up just showering and getting all of the gel out. I want to get to the fun stuff, so we're just gonna skip ahead. Anywho, I shampooed, conditioned in the shower, and I've noticed lately, it's weird, I've always avoided conditioner like as much as possible because my hair gets oily and greasy so quickly, and if you've got hair like mine, you probably know what I'm talking about. It's like the oil shows the very next day. It looks like your hair's dirty just because it's so thin. But I've noticed lately with the weather really cooling down, I've been able to get away with a little more conditioner than normal, and I really rub it in my scalp. I have to, because my dry skin is getting so bad. It gets really bad around here, and then a little bit here, and then in the back. I don't know why it's worse in some areas than others, but it's actually been fine. It hasn't been super greasy, and it's helped me not scratch it all day, so I'm fine with that. Normally, you know, I try to do as little to my hair as possible because I'm always worried that like the more chemicals I put on it, I'm worried I'm gonna wake up and like my hair will be gone, but that's not gonna happen. And in this weather, you really need that extra moisture. So I'm just combing out the knots, and then I'm gonna show you my latest purchase. And this was something I bought myself. This is not sponsored in any way. And like I'm not gonna sit here and swear that it works because I just started using it and who knows, it might not work at all, but I'm really excited about it because I first saw this technology, or whatever you want to call it, years ago. I think it's red light therapy is what it's called. And my mom had actually sent me like a product page online for this comb that emits this light, and it's supposed to help your hair grow back. And at the time, if I remember correctly, it was like this hot new thing, and there was only this one or like maybe a few products available, but it was like a few $100s. And I remember thinking at the time, like, that's a lot of money to spend on something that may or may not work. So I didn't buy it, but never stopped thinking about it. And it popped up in my thoughts again the other day, and I was like, I wonder if I could find one that's a little more affordable. So I go on Amazon, and sure enough, they had a pretty decent selection of this like red light therapy tools or gadgets, whatever you want to call them. They've got combs, and they've got like almost like little hats that you put on, and they sit there and they emit this light, and it's supposed to help with hair growth. So I still wasn't interested in spending like $500 on any of this, but they did have a comb. It looks like a comb. It's not like fully a comb. I'll show you. And I think it was between $60 and $70, I want to say. So still a purchase, but I was like, okay, I'm going to finally do it. I've been thinking about this for years. So This is it. And like I said, it's not like you wouldn't wake up in the morning and like detangle your hair with this, but it's got these little prongs on it. And so I'll show you what it does. These outside prongs, I think those are just little like pokey things, but the ones, the 2 rows on the inside, so this and this, you can't tell, but the ends of this are actually very tiny like balls. And they roll, they move. And what you do, you take the biotin, this is what I mentioned earlier, and it's really weird because the directions on the bottle say apply 2 drops of serum on your scalp at the affected area, but the little brochure that came in the box said to put, I believe, 10 drops in the device because it opens like that. So I put 10 drops in here, and then I started adding a little bit of rosemary too. And then what happens, I'll put that in a second. So here's the on button, and when you turn this on, it starts to vibrate. And then this button turns on the light, and I think that there are 3 settings. I don't remember them explaining what the difference is, but there's a solid one, and then that one flashes, and that one flashes faster. So I normally just do the first setting. Like I said, I honestly don't know the difference. So I turn on the vibration, I turn on the light, and then you just start massaging your scalp. And as you do that, the ends on these prongs roll and release the oils and massage them into your scalp. So it's like 3 parts. It's the vibration, the red light, and the oils being like massaged in. And that combined, that is supposed to be the trifecta to help our hair grow back. So I'm going to put a little bit of each of these oils in here, and it's probably going to be kind of hard to see. So I hold it upright like this because I noticed that if you put the oils in like this, or if you set it down, I noticed a few drops had come out, and I don't want to waste any of this oil. So I hold it upright like this, and I'm just going to, off camera, put some oil in. Actually, maybe I can, I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but probably not. So that was the biotin. And then I'm gonna do, this is the rosemary. Okay, and then I'm closing that. And I'm gonna turn it on, and I do it everywhere. I focus especially right here because that's my worst spot, but I do it all over. So I'm gonna push that and that. And I just go pretty slow. And it's said to do this for like 10 minutes. I'm sure you could do it for longer. I'm obviously not gonna sit on camera and do this for 10 minutes, but this is how I do it. And then sometimes I'll just kind of like focus on the top like this. But I will get my whole scalp, and I just go real slow. And then how I will end it, I'll actually flip my head like this, and I focus on the back a little more. So that's just a quick demo. Again, this was my own purchase. I can't vouch for it. I can't say, oh, actually, no, that's not true. That's not true. It's helped my scalp even more. So yes, I was already doing this, but I noticed even more of an improvement. I'm assuming because of the oils. My scalp itches even less. It's less flaky. There was a noticeable difference. But in terms of hair growth, can't say anything yet. It's early. But yeah, so modest investment. You know, if nothing else, the oils are good for you. It feels nice. If I start to notice any like, you know, substantial differences in the thickness, I will of course tell you. But yeah, got that on Amazon. Cool little purchase. So I will finish that routine later because it's kind of boring to watch. But I thought I would just finish up with maybe doing a little bit of skincare with you, and then we'll call it a night. This is how I normally get ready for bed. So along with my scalp, my skin has been stupid dry, and it's like that dryness. It's not just like that superficial flakiness, it's that dryness that goes deep. And where mine gets the worst, I don't know why, but it's right here. In fact, like I can feel it, the skin, and it's like it'll crack, and it can actually get painful sometimes. I also get here a little bit, and then sometimes right here. In fact, there's a spot right there. So I'm just trying to, like I always try to take good care of my skin, but especially in the winter. I still wear SPF almost every day. I've been using this. Hasn't made me break out, so that's really nice because almost all SPF makes me break out on my face. So today, what do I want to use today? All right, so I'm going to use a few things, and I will show you what each of these are. Now, full disclosure, I do not do the same stuff every day because I've noticed that these products are great, but if I use the same ones over and over again, day after day, I will break out. I think that's mostly me. I'm sure other people can use these every day and it's fine. I cannot. So this is the Olay Regenerist Luminous Tone Perfecting Cream. It's a moisturizer. I like it because it helps. That's a little bit of makeup, I'm sorry. It makes my skin feel better and not as tight. This is what it looks like. That's just makeup, ignore that. So I'm going to do that on my forehead, a little bit all over, but not on my eyes because I have a different cream for that. So I just take a little bit and I do like this. Don't come for me in the comments. This is just what I like. It's what works for me. Everyone's gonna be different. But I have to be really careful because I've noticed like between breaking out and my skin peeling and like some stuff burns my skin, when I find something that works and feels nice, I tend to stick with it. And I've had pretty good luck with this as long as I don't use it every day. But outside of that, if I use it like every other day or a few times a week, it's been kind to my skin. So I roll with it. All right, so that was the first one. Oops, I almost forgot. The neck gives everything away. I've noticed I've started getting lines in my neck. All right, so we're good there. And then I've been trying to take better care of my under eyes because the skin there is so thin, and I've actually noticed lately I can tell that it's dry. And that makes sense because you don't have, from what I understand, like there's not a lot of oil being produced here, so your skin can't stay hydrated. But I actually noticed that my under eye skin was dry and I was like, ugh, gross. So this is, got a hair on my nose. This is don't know how to say it. It's this. This one I can get away with using just about every night, but I just use it under my, oops, I shouldn't use that finger, sorry. I just do this and I'm itchy. And I'll just do the other eye. Okay, and last, once again, I can't confirm that this stuff works. This is the first tube that I've purchased. It is CoverGirl Lash Blast Lash and Brow Serum. So to be honest, I feel like I have so much hair on my face right now. To be honest, my eyelashes are already pretty decent, but I was curious if this would help make them a little longer or a little fuller, and then I use it on my eyebrows as well, because I've always had thinner eyebrows. I don't mind them. I was just curious if this would make things grow in thicker or fuller. So you don't totally see it going on, but it is. Like if you look up close, my eyebrows, I'll just show you. So like this, and it doesn't look like there's much on there, but you can kind of see like my eyebrows are wet with the product. So I just do that. And then I'll do a little bit of this. And that's it. And if you use a little bit too much, you might notice that once it dries, it takes a few minutes to dry, but it kind of looks almost like you have glue, like it gets kind of tacky. So you just wash it off in the morning, no big deal. That is it. So I will always, every night, I moisturize, I put something under my eyes. I have a few different products. I do my hair thing, the red light therapy, and that's about it. So I hope this was somewhat enjoyable for you. You let me know what you think. If you want more videos like this, or you want like a get ready with me, something in the morning, I can show you that. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I'm not obviously a skincare expert. I'm not a makeup person. I'm not a hair person. I'm just a normal gal like you. And yeah, maybe you pick up a few cool things to try here, or if nothing else, we just enjoy hanging out together and we can say hi in the comments. If you have any questions, again, this was on Amazon. I will put the link in the description below. Like I said, I do notice a difference in my scalp. No changes yet in my hair, but I will keep you posted and I will continue using this. I use it probably 3 or 4 times a week. And that is it. So I hope you are doing well. I hope you are healthy and that your family is healthy. And yeah, drop me a comment and say hello. Love you.